Hi! Do you like sniping your helpless enemies from a distance and do you also play Elden Ring? Then you're at the right place. In this video I'll show you how to get a bow build up and running early in the game. Before we get started, I must preface this video by letting you in on a little secret. Bows are pretty mediocre in Elden Ring. They have niche uses and will allow you to deal damage from a safe distance. Just don't expect that damage to be high.
Oh gosh darn it.
I'm just kidding, we have bleed arrows now, baby! With that out of the way, let's get started. Start the game off by making a samurai. Get the imps as your keepsake and then waste arrows at the tutorial boss. Oh shit. After getting your teeth kicked in by the very first boss in the game, make your way to the Church of LA. Activate the bonfire and loot the smithing stone on the anvil. Go east and find a map piece for Limgrave. Just to the north you will find the lost grace that will give you your very first lease horsey. Damn, time flies when you're depressed as fuck. It's already nighttime. Fast travel to the Church of LA and talk to the Smurf Witch. You now have the ability to summon spooky ghosts. Now pack your bags, we're going on a little beach trip. Drop down here and go eastwards, and there you will find a golden chicken paw. Alright.
It's a surprise tool that can help us later.
Fast travel back to the gate front and follow the road. Pick up the golden seed there. Take a left and go to the fort. In the fort, you'll find the chest with the arrow's reach talisman, which will increase your effective range with the bow attacks. You might run into some enemies, but nothing a tough guy or probably not girl can handle. Now make your way to the unmarked location, which I'm going to call Troll Field over here. Lure one of the trolls into a charging attack and make sure he hits a statue. This will give you some upgrade goodies. After that ordeal, travel a little northwards and you will find a graveyard. This is where you can find my sense of humor, along with a few runes. Take those. Now we press on. Activate the Storm of Shack race, then talk to the girl. She will give you an octobussy. Then make your way to the first boss. Activate the grace and then leave that accursed place. Elden Ring's world design has a neat little trick where you can just outright skip the first part of the game. Go to the bridge east of the castle. There you will meet your grandmutti.
The bridge is collapsed and cannot be crossed. Why should that matter?
Indeed. So follow this route and you will skip the bulk of the early game. Resting at the side of Grace will also unlock the round hold table. No, the round table hold. Now, I am not blessed with an adequate sense of direction, so the first thing we're gonna do is collect a map piece. But first, we make a little pit stop at the church and loot all the Catholic goodies. To get to the map piece, you'll need to do a little jumping puzzle to get down to the lake. Fuck. Once you get down, follow the main road to get a free side of Grace. After that, it's a matter of following your waypoint, but don't get bushwhacked like an idiot. From there, you can find a few level 3 smithing stones.
It's a surprise tool that can help us later.
Also, this is a nice time to like and subscribe. Or not, you don't have to. After getting the smithing stones, set a GPS location for this cave and just spend a minute or 3 riding that away. Enter the cave and activate the grace. Then leave, we'll come back later. Now, we need to buy our bow, so we're going a little northwards until we reach a very local tornado. It will once again take us up to your grandmutti. Say hi to her before activating the grace.
Your fingers, please, your fingers.
Not now. Then follow the road until you find a church. Ransack that motherfucker and then make your way through the hall. There you will find a merchant that sells you the compound bow for 3.5k runes. But there is a problem.
What? No money? Here!
Instead of doing that, we're just gonna go ahead and slurp up all the runes that we found at the graveyard. We can now purchase the bow without selling our beautiful bodies. The composite bow is great. The range is a little low, but it's very fast and it can be used in the air and right after dodging. We have the bow, but it's lacking that little bit of je ne sais quoi. So now we're going to gather upgrade materials. Fast travel back to the gate front and then make your way to the Limgrave tunnels. Grab the rune in the little nook on the way down. Activate the grace and spend all your remaining runes, because we're going on a little suicide mission. Walk through the dungeon while picking up the yellow ores on the wall. They can be harvested for level 1 smithing stones. Your kit is not at all well equipped to deal with these enemies, so I suggest running and never looking back. Just like my dad when he went to buy milk. To exit the dungeon, either beat the boss or die, which is coincidentally the whole gameplay loop of Elden Ring. After clearing the tunnels, make your way to the third church of Marika. It is of utmost importance that you collect the magic grease on the way there.
That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
Alright, you know what? F this shit. Magic grease can be found over here. When arriving at the church, ransack it and reverse scan religion for once. Then activate the grace. After that, make your way to Fort Hyde by following the rest of the road. You'll find a map piece on the way. When arriving at the fort, activate the graves and collect the golden seed. Then enter the fort, climb the stairs and enter the entrance, which is what you would normally do with entrances. You will find the Nomad's cookbook here that will allow you to craft bleed arrows. While you're there, collect the Dectus medallion in the tower. You will need it later for the main quest. Now, fast travel back to the Church of Marika. If you go a little to the north, you'll find a secret teleporter, which will take you to Florida. Activate the Lost Graves in the building. From there, follow the road and pick up the golden seed. After that, make your way east and cross the bridge, activate the Lost Graves and at this point, set a waypoint for the map, which can be found over here. Pick up the map piece and then set a waypoint for the fort over here. Go there, then activate the graves. Grab your Uchikitana and make your way to the huge ass behemoth that is peacefully napping there. Now, attack him with a weapon that does bleed buildup. You will do little to no damage except when you fill his bleed meter. This part is going to take you a little under 5 minutes, enjoy. When the dragon is almost dead, eat your golden chicken foot. This will increase the number of runes you get by 30%, and that is how you easily can get 100k runes. Now is a good time to level up and increase your Estus. You can also upgrade your weapons at the Church of El. While you're here, buy a crafting kit. This item lets you create items. To upgrade weapons beyond +3, you will need a blacksmith at the round table hold. To get more smithing stones from level 1 to 3, you can beat the boss at Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel, where we've been before. Before you proceed, put your magic grease in your fast inventory or whatever the fuck it's called. I recommend running through this tunnel and grabbing some of the smithing stones, but don't fight anyone. Your weapons won't do shit against these boys. The same goes for the boss. This is why we use the magic grease against him. From there, it's just a matter of stunlocking this poor sod. He will drop a bell that you can turn in at the round table hold. The conjoined twins there will now sell you an unlimited supply of smithing stones 1 and 2. Now, there is only one other problem.
I'm out of arrows.
Luckily for you, I knew this was going to happen. You see, I will always be one step ahead of my adversaries. To make blood arrows, we need blood roses and thin beast bones. The best place to farm thin beast bones is just south of the storm shack. Blood roses can be farmed at Fort Height. With those items, you can make bleed arrows to your heart's content. Easy. Let's put this bad boy to the test, yeah? Go back to the Stormy Boy Castle and confront Margit. With this bow build, I first tried this little and not because I'm a good player by any means. Margit will drop a talisman pouch,
which is a surprise tool that will help us later.
It will also allow us to wrap this shit up for once. Go back to the bonfire where you killed the dragon. Head south until you come across a church. Ransack it once more and activate the graves. Then, make your way down to Celia Backstreets. It is a gated community and since we're tarnished, we're not welcome. But we're not going to let that stop us. You can just double jump over the arch, then haul ass south and follow the main road until you come across the map piece. After that, make your way to the little towers over here. On the way there, you will find another golden seed. There is also a site of grace just behind the tower. Feel free to stomp motherfuckers at the top, since that is the playstyle you're going to be using anyway with this build. Dispose of the people trying to get in your way and loot the chest. You will be rewarded with a talisman that increases your bow damage. Congratulations, you now have a functional bow build. I'm afraid there is not much else I can teach you, because in all honesty I am dumb as fuck.